Hello everyone. You must have seen my previous video about erosion. Today we are discussing about rivers as agents of gradation. Rivers journey is divided into three stages: the upper course, the middle course, and the lower course. A river can begin as a spring, as meltwater of a glacier, or most commonly as surface flow. A river in the upper course usually flows through mountainous region. The volume is not much, but the gradient is steep, and that is why water flows swiftly and erodes the land. A swift water current transports large rocks and boulders that break apart and are knocked around. A river in this course forms many typical landforms. The first landform is gorge or I-shaped valley. A gorge is a narrow, deep valley with steep, rocky walls, typically formed by erosive action of a river cutting through hard rocks over millions of years. Marble Rocks Gorge in Madhya Pradesh is a good example of a gorge which is carved by Narmada River. Second landform that is carved by a river are canyons. Canyons are typically formed by a prolonged river erosion on plateaus, especially in arid region. A Grand Canyon is a steep-sided canyon carved by a Colorado River in Arizona, United States. A beautiful landscape that is carved by a river is V-shaped valley. A V-shaped valley is a narrow, steep-sided valley formed primarily by a process of river erosion. As a river flows through an area, it cuts downwards into the landscape, creating a characteristic V shape in cross section. Fourth formation carved by a river is interlocking spur. Interlocking spurs are ridge-like formations that are created when a river flows through mountainous terrain and encounters resistant rock formation that it cannot erode easily. Plunge pools are deep depressions in a stream bed. These are formed at the base of waterfalls due to the erosional force of falling water. Waterfalls are typically formed in the upper course where the landscape is more rugged. The formation of waterfall is influenced by the gradient of river, the volume of water, and the characteristics of underlying rocks layers. Niagara Falls on the border between the USA and Canada is one of the most beautiful waterfalls in the world. Rapids are sections of a river where the bed has a relatively steep gradient, causing an increase in water velocity and turbulence. Cascade, on the other hand, refers to a series of small waterfalls or a stepped descent of water over rocks, often forming a staircase like patterns. As a river enters the plain, it slows down as the gradient decreases. Volume of water increases considerably and river deposits sediments that it has transported. A river in the middle course develops some different landforms that it does in the upper course. The first one is alluvial fans. An alluvial fan is a cone-shaped landform created by the deposition of sediments such as gravel, sand, silt, and boulders by the stream or river. An alluvial fan is an accumulation of sediments that fans outwards from a narrow, steep channel into a flatter, wider area where the velocity of water decreases significantly. Second, second type of landform, which is created by a river in its middle course, is a floodplain. A floodplain is a flat area of land adjacent to a river or a stream that is subject to periodic flooding. Third landform created by a river in middle course are meanders, which are large, winding bends in a river where lateral erosion becomes dominant over vertical erosion. Meanders are formed due to differences in water speed across the river channels. Faster moving water on the outside bend causes erosion. Fourth type of landform, which is created by river in its middle course, is an oxbow lake. Oxbow lakes are U-shaped bodies of water. These are formed from curved bends of river that are shut off from the main river flow when a section of a river separates them from its main channel. Fifth is braided river. Braided rivers form when a river carries a large amount of sediments and the flow of river cannot keep the sediments in a single channel. The sediment's load exceeds the river capacity, leading to the formation of multiple channels. The lower course of a river is the final stage of its journey where it flows into a larger body of water such as a sea, lake, or ocean. This section is characterized by a broad, flat valley, a wide and deep channel, and a slow meandering flow due to the river's nearly flat gradient. A delta is a low-lying fan-shaped landform created at the mouth of a river. It is formed by the deposition of sediments such as silt, sand, and clay that a river carries. As the river merges with a larger body of water, like lake, sea, or ocean, its velocity decreases, causing it to deposit its sediment load. Distributaries are common features of river deltas. A distributary is a stream channel that branches off and flows away from a main stream channel. Estuaries are also river mouths. An estuary is a semi-enclosed coastal water body where fresh water from river mixes with salt water from the ocean. Estuaries often have funnel-shaped or sunken mouths. Estuaries support rich ecosystem, making them ideal for fishing and serving as nurseries for marine species. A levee is a natural embankment formed along the banks of a river. Natural levees are formed when a river floods and deposits sediments along its bank, with heavier particles settling closest to the channel and creating elevated ridges above the floodplain. Thank you all for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. You can watch the other videos of this channel. You can always leave a comment. Thank you.